They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. The Commodores will kick it away to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the SMU Mustangs offense will go on the attack first. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they faced this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So,
breaks into the open. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. Now from inside the red zone. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Here's the handoff. Nice move to keep running. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. They'll send the back in motion. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Touchdown, SMU! Fired in from the red zone for the score. You want to talk about coming out and setting the tone and making your presence known immediately.
And every coach talks about it all during the week, how important it is to start fast. But coming out and executing is another thing. Great start for the offense.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Vanderbilt Commodores offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
And the Commodores headed quickly to the line. Red pass, it's complete. There he goes. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Here comes the offense on first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against.
There he goes. He's at the 10, and the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Doors. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the point after is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Creates a little room. Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Now they'll run the draw. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. The Mustangs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Punt is in the air on 4th down. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds a man on the right. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Here comes the hurry up. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. Looking downfield on first down. Pocket breaking down. And just not enough field to hold that one. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Got his man. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Commodores racing to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to keep it in the air. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. The punt team makes its way onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Completes it along the sidelines, but that'll be for no gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Quick strike complete. Oh, he got loose. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. New set of downs after the completion. They'll keep it on the ground. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. And the Mustangs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Hold on.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Off play action. They're working that left side. And he's knocked down. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down. The Mustangs will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You'll just get in trouble when you try.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They had to punt last time they had it. Highly unlikely that'll happen here, barring utter disaster. Great field position. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. Not able to hook up there. Incomplete. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And with that, they've taken the lead.
Well, they're able to get a field goal, put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would like to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. And the Commodores come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 1st down. Swings it out to his running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play, because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw again. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Punt is on its way. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. They'll go to the ground. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. After picking up a couple in 2nd and 8. Gives it to the back on the draw. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. And the Mustangs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Finds his big tight end. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. And we've reached the end of 1. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll try to pop the draw. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. It's a draw. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Mustangs are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Out out of the shotgun on third down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Mustangs!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the Mountain West, which is why this one is notable. Air Force is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Colorado Springs, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a close one right now.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
The Commodores trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Handoff from the gun. Finding an escape route. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. And the Commodores will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the returner will be brought down. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quickly complete. He goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. And the Mustangs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Gets the back moving. Floats it out in space. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. Give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The run from the shotgun. Got some room, entered at the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, SMU! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made the extra point without problem. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the returner will be knocked down. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet. But I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
3rd 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Moves around to clear up the vision. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Give to the running back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Mustangs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Unleashes one. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They go to the draw. Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Working on the right. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14. And the Mustangs are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Working that left side now. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. Into the house. Touchdown, Mustangs!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
31, Vanderbilt, 7.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Plenty of time to work, Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Using the quick game. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Right on target the first time. Now he'll try another from 24 yards out. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that will extend their lead even further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time down. Join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, 2 quarters down, and I've got to say, this has been a fun watch so far in Dallas. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Gerald J. Ford Stadium.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job being the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
The Commodores now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on second down. Back open in the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Commodores come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. It's complete to the right. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Sends it back in motion. Takes the easy completion. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets the give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The give to the back. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Hauls it in. Open space at the 25. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The quick out, and he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. To the ground with the back. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Touchdown, SMU! Quick strike through the air for the score.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Always expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Miami had a dominant win, the kind the folks in South Florida were used to in 2001 when Ken Dorsey, Clinton Portis, and Jeremy Shockey led the Canes to a national title. Talk about a special team. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A 3rd down and long situation coming up. They'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback upright.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Took a shot as he threw. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. Commodores send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. The Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. And the Mustangs are threatening in the red zone. Motion from the back. Swings it out to the flat. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The Mustangs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Trying to punch it in. And they can't punch it in with a 1st down run, and the defense has 1 stop. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They weren't able to move them an inch on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and goal. Trying to slam in. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the 3rd time tonight. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking downfield on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen. When they get beat, you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
What a golden opportunity for this offense, scooping up the ball, and now they've got it inside the 10. They'll send the back in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Gee. Touchdown, Mustangs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And he's going to try to return this one. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Commodores with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. The Commodores have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Dishman. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. And the Commodores will bring the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for room, it's Gee. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. And the Mustangs really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The inside handoff. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They go to the ground. Nice move to keep running. Turning it on. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there. The Mustangs are on the move.
First down for the offense.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. They'll try the run. Oh, he's got a chance. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25. And the Mustangs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Gets the back moving. Grab behind the line. It's Gee. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The Mustangs pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Flips it out to the back. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Barges ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, SMU! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Notre Dame took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2012 Irish team led by Manti Te'o would just take the will of opposing teams. Impressive to watch. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Brings up 2nd down.
Gonna run it. It's Dishman. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
And first down for the offense.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Oh, he's got some space. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Just a short pass to the tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Commodores will snap it on 1st and 10. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
On the play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Makes the catch. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Oh, better look out. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Commodores kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll give it to him again. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. The give to the tailback. Just ran him over. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball and they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
snap of this drive comes from the 32. From the gun, the running back has it. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.